The Story of Esther. In the vast Persian Empire, King Xerxes ruled with great power. One day, he held a grand feast that lasted for days, displaying his wealth and authority. In the middle of the celebration, he commanded his queen, Vashti, to come before him and his guests to showcase her beauty. However, Queen Vashti refused. This public defiance angered the king, and his advisors suggested that she be removed so that other women would not follow her example. The king agreed and sent out a decree, stripping Vashti of her title and beginning a search for a new queen. Across the kingdom, young women were brought to the palace, including Esther, a beautiful and kind-hearted Jewish girl raised by her cousin Mordecai. Esther had lost her parents at a young age, and Mordecai had cared for her like a daughter. Before she was taken to the palace, Mordecai advised her not to reveal that she was Jewish. Esther underwent months of beauty treatments before meeting the king. When her turn came, Xerxes was immediately captivated by her grace and beauty. He placed the royal crown on her head, making her the new queen of Persia. Meanwhile, Mordecai, who often sat at the palace gates to check on Esther, overheard two palace guards plotting to assassinate King Xerxes. He quickly informed Esther, who told the king in Mordecai's name. The plot was investigated, and the conspirators were executed. Though Mordecai's loyalty was recorded in the royal chronicles, he was not rewarded at that time. However, trouble arose when Haman, a high-ranking official, was promoted to a position of great power. He demanded that everyone bow before him, but Mordecai refused, explaining that he would bow only to God. Haman was enraged and, upon learning that Mordecai was Jewish, he decided not only to punish him but to destroy all Jews in the empire. He convinced the king to issue a decree ordering the extermination of all Jews, claiming they were disloyal. The king, trusting Haman, sealed the decree with his ring, making it irreversible. When Mordecai learned of the decree, he tore his clothes, put on sackcloth, and mourned in the streets. News of the decree spread, and Jews throughout the empire wept and fasted. Mordecai sent word to Esther, urging her to plead with the king for their lives. However, Esther hesitated. Approaching the king without an invitation could result in death unless he extended his golden scepter. Mordecai reminded her, "Do not think that because you are in the palace you will escape. If you remain silent, deliverance for the Jews will come from another place. But who knows? Perhaps you were made queen for such a time as this." Esther decided to risk her life for her people. She asked all the Jews to fast and pray for 3 days, and then she would go to the king. On the third day, Esther dressed in her royal robes and entered the king's court. King Xerxes saw her and, to her relief, extended his golden scepter, sparing her life. He asked what she desired, and instead of immediately revealing her request, she invited the king and Haman to a private banquet. At the banquet, the king asked again what she wanted, and she invited them to another feast the next day. Haman left feeling honored but was still furious that Mordecai would not bow to him. Encouraged by his wife and friends, he built a tall gallows, intending to have Mordecai hanged the next morning. That night, the king could not sleep and asked for the royal records to be read to him. He was reminded of how Mordecai had saved his life by exposing the assassination plot. Realizing Mordecai had never been rewarded, he asked Haman the next morning, "What should be done for the man the king wishes to honor?" Thinking the king meant him, Haman suggested dressing the man in royal robes, parading him on the king's horse, and having a noble official proclaim his greatness. To Haman's shock, the king ordered him to do this for Mordecai. Humiliated, Haman carried out the task, then returned home in shame. That evening, at Esther's second banquet, the king once again asked what she desired. This time, Esther revealed her Jewish heritage and exposed Haman's wicked plot. "If my people are to be destroyed, how can I remain silent?" she pleaded. The king was enraged and stormed out. When he returned, he found Haman pleading with Esther for his life. But in a moment of misunderstanding, the king thought Haman was attacking her. He immediately ordered that Haman be executed, on the very gallows Haman had built for Mordecai. With Haman gone, Esther and Mordecai were given authority to write a new decree, since the previous one could not be revoked. They declared that the Jews had the right to defend themselves against any who would attack them. When the appointed day arrived, the Jews fought back and triumphed over their enemies. To commemorate this great victory, the Jewish people established the festival of Purim, a joyous celebration of their deliverance. Esther's courage and faith had saved her people, proving that one person, with faith and bravery, can change the course of history. Please subscribe for more videos. Like and also share. God bless you.